Welcome to the Community Table Logistics and Resources Training video. This is the fourth and final video in our training series. Immediately prior to this video, you should have watched the video Facilitating the Content. If you have not watched the preceding videos, we recommend that you do that now. Thanks for being a part of a community table. We're excited to build community and connection with you. In this presentation, we'll cover the following: resources for recruiting participants for your conversation, best web platforms for a community table, tools to use during your conversation, like social media and technical support, and surveys and a community table follow-up. Okay, you've registered to host a community table at www.du.edu/table. Now what? It's time to invite your guests. Generally, for web-based conversations, we find that groups of 5 to 10 people work really well. We encourage you to think broadly about your guest list. With whom do you want to connect? Friends, family, colleagues, a combination thereof? This is a chance to have a meaningful conversation about a topic that matters to you, get to know people better, and build connections. To mix things up, you can also ask your guests to invite someone to participate. In the Table Host Resources section of the Community Table website, you'll find templates for guest invitations and reminders. Please feel free to amend these as you like to reach out to your guests. However you choose to communicate, make sure to let your guests know, at a minimum, the time and date of your conversation, the topic, how long the conversation will last, and the meeting platform you plan to use. For most conversations, your guests will need access to a computer, ideally with a webcam and microphone, and the internet. Don't worry too much about the degree to which people are tech savvy or not. If you choose one of our recommended web platforms, we'll provide step-by-step instructions on how to download and use them. With some platforms, participants can also call in by phone. We recommend 3 platforms for a community table. If you're affiliated with the University of Denver, you have access to the professional version of Zoom, so use it. You can also use Google Hangouts or WebEx. Both of these platforms allow for multiple participants and unlimited meeting time. If you'd like to use one of these platforms, check out our table host resources for detailed instructions on how to use them. You can also share those instructions with your guests in advance of your conversation. If you experience technical glitches or have a question about one of these platforms, Cecil's staff will hold regular online office hours during which you can talk to one of us live. Make sure to check the Community Table website for updates on how and when to connect with us. You've already watched the facilitation training webinars, and you can always watch them again. You also have access to our facilitation guide that you can use to prepare for and facilitate your conversations. The guide contains most of the information provided in this webinar series in written format. Under Table Host Resources, you'll also find our suggested conversation prompts, topical resources, and more that you can use to guide any conversation. These are simply meant to be supplemental resources. You may use them or not as you like. During and after the conversations, we encourage you and your guests to engage with us on social media using the hashtag #DUGrandChallenges. Use the social media frame provided in your host kit to snap photos of your participants. You can share these photos, plus thoughts and short videos of your table, by using the hashtag and tagging us as shown on this slide for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. At the conclusion of your conversations, we ask that you and your participants complete brief online surveys. It is through the surveys that you can share back the issues you talked about and actions you want to see happen around those issues. We read each survey carefully and consider all input in our program design. Thanks in advance for offering your insights and wisdom. This concludes our Facilitator webinar series. We encourage you to peruse the resources on the Community Table website and let us know if you have any questions. You can always get us at ccesl@du.edu. Thanks again for being a part of the Community Table. A community table is modeled after the Chicago Community Trust's On the Table event. We want to thank the Chicago Community Trust for their encouragement and support for replicating their model and creating a community table.